All right, so these are our little coasters that we have made for our Christmas presents for our family and stuff. They're super nice. They're super cool. Yeah, they're starting to warp a little bit, but it's not enough to really notice. It's not a big deal. If you really are concerned about coasters warping like this, just get some cork to put on the bottom of them. You can buy like cork pads. They're extremely expensive, which is why we didn't do it. If you want to make and sell coasters like this to batch them out, you're gonna need to do a whole lot of them. The market right now, I was just looking online, the market for a set of 4 handmade wood coasters is about $20 right now, and I didn't really see any like this. I saw a couple, but there's no way that the guy is making money on those. If you sell a set of 4 for $20, with the batch that we made, that's about $300 worth of coasters right here. And I spent way more time, Jennie and I both spent way more time than that, than $300 in labor. So you don't cover materials costs, even though it's scraps, it's still materials. You don't cover glue costs, you don't cover transportation, you don't cover shipping or packaging or anything like that. So at least for us, in a small batch that we made here, coasters are not profitable. However, if I set my workshop up and I just did coasters straight for like 4 or 5 days, maybe I could get enough. But then again, hello, do you mind? So if you're making coasters, I would recommend making several hundred at a time. I mean, at least have 25 sets. You might break even there. But then again, you've got to systemize like your planer sled, you got to systemize your bandsaw resawing, you've got to have a lot of thinking about how you're going to do this the most effective way to cut down on your labor costs. Yeah, coasters, they're great for gifts, they're great for families, they're great to batch out, but as far as selling them, you gotta make a ton of them before you can be profitable. Maybe if you just did like one kind of wood, like if you just did one piece of maple and you just resawed that, planed it down and cut it into a coaster shape, so it was all one species of wood, it wasn't just a bunch of little strips and layers like this, because this is what took a long time to glue up and to plane down into sand, whereas if you're just resawing pieces of wood that have interesting figure or like really rare species, it might be easier to talk that up and sell that. Just consider that as an option. But in the way that we made these coasters here in this small of a batch, it's not profitable to start those. So I always want to give you guys the best numbers and exactly what we're doing to make money. And coasters are not on our horizon. Something else that just dawned on me, something we're going to try in the next couple of months is everybody that buys a custom piece from us is either going to get a set of coasters or a small cutting board from us that's got our logos branded into it. So, and that's just going to be like a free gift that comes with the piece of furniture that they bought. Again, cutting boards, like they don't take very much time to batch out. You can do a whole lot and you can have like enough ready for the year if you just take like a couple weeks to make cutting boards. And that would be a really nice cherry on top to delivering a custom piece of furniture, is to give someone a cutting board that they can use in their kitchen, or a set of coasters that's got your logo branded into it, stickers, whatever you do. But that would be a really good way to just kind of seal the deal. They don't feel obligated, but like they're way more likely to refer you to somebody else, because not only did you give them a great piece of furniture for a fair price that they agreed to, you also gave them a set of coasters or a cutting board on top of it. And you see this happen in a ton of other industries. Real estate agents do this all the time with like gift cards, and a lot of times if you buy a new car, they'll give you like a free oil change or something. Like this is just a sales thing. So maybe try to incorporate that with your thing. I don't know. We're going to try it and I'll let you know how it works out. But always leave your customer thinking that you gave them more than what you charged them for.
We just got a ton of new subscribers, like the past, I think, 2-3 days. I mean, holy smokes, a lot of people have subscribed, so thank you. If you are new to the channel, welcome. We are super excited that you're here with us, and we hope you learn a lot and enjoy it and have fun, because we have fun making them. But we just want to say a big thank you, yes, to everybody who's subscribed recently. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so excited that you're here. We can't wait to interact with you. And so if you don't know, we are a channel that is focused on teaching people how to start a business using woodworking. We are focused on teaching you how to learn sales skills. You could be the best woodworker in the world, and if you don't know how to sell what you make, then you're just left with a whole lot of furniture, because your sales skills are way more important than your woodworking skills. Okay, so we've been getting a lot of feedback, saying things and asking us questions like, why don't you do more fine woodworking and some more complex skills? So for us, I mean, we do. We love it. We love working with hardwoods, but honestly, that's just not what people want to buy out here. Where we live right now, people are interested and they want to buy DIY farmhouse style furniture. That's what our market is out here. And so that's why that's what we build, because that's what people are willing to hire us and give us money to do. Honestly, we might move to a new community where we find out that people like buying fine woodworking pieces. And if that's what they want, then that's what we'll build, because that's what the market is. That's kind of just what business is, right? It's selling what people would like to buy. And here, this is what the people like to buy. So really what we want to leave you with is, you do not have to be the world's greatest woodworker to turn a profit doing this business. Knowing your market and figuring out what's gonna sell to get you that profit. And that's the most important thing. And that is the whole purpose of this channel and the programs that we're creating. You have to build your sales skills. A nicer table, is it gonna sell itself? Anybody can make a better cheeseburger than McDonald's can, but that does not mean you are gonna sell more than they will. It is all about sales. It comes down to sales. Build whatever you want, but you gotta be able to sell it to people. The sales skills are more important than your woodworking skills. And that's if you want to turn a profit doing this, and if you want your tools to pay for themselves, and if you don't want the hobby to overall turn into a money pit.
All right, so I wanted to give you a few like practical ideas on where you could find what your market is interested in, because that's something that I've got to go out of my way to figure out, because what I like doesn't always mesh up with what the community likes, right? And so, I mean, if that's you, if you just want to make what you want to make and then try to sell it, great, but like don't start complaining about low sales, because if you're not focused on making what the customers want, then yeah, you're gonna have low sales. If you really do want to start making a little bit of money on the side and really pushing into the sales, take a look at a few of these key areas, and you'll find out what your community likes. So first of all, go where the people are. We'll start asking people around. Go to house parties, ask people what they like or what they're interested in. That's also a great place to close a sale. A dinner with friends or something like that. You can also go like groups at your church. I mean, people that you hang out with on a pretty regular basis. Just start to ask questions about furniture, just like work that into the conversation somehow. That's really easy to do. And then another place you can go is flea markets. You can go to a flea market and just see what's selling. Find somebody that's like building furniture or has like refinished furniture or something like that, and then ask them, hey, what's been selling? What hasn't been selling? Take note of what's not been selling, and then try to figure out why it's not selling. Is it just the price is too high? Is it because the person selling it sucks at sales? Is it because something's actually wrong with the piece of furniture? There's a lot of different reasons why something could not sell. So just keep that in mind. And then another really good place, and this is kind of like a taboo. I don't know why people think it's taboo, but you can go to a furniture store. Go ask some of those furniture people. Just say, hey, what's selling really well? What is everybody else interested in? What did Tommy down the street buy last week while he was in here? And they'll show you. They'll show you exactly what it is. There's no commitment to buy. There's no, like, you're not tricking them into thinking that you're going to make a purchase or anything like that. You're literally just walking into the furniture store and asking, hey, Sally, what are you selling the most of in the last couple of weeks? And then she'll show you like, oh, look at this little end table and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you can kind of like take a picture with your phone and just say, I got to get measurements. Take it literally like something the Wood Whisperer does. Mark Spagnuolo, he does this all the time. He posts on Instagram stories. He walks into a furniture store and starts taking measurements of the pieces, and then he goes home and then recreates or adjusts the plans for his pieces. That's brilliant. Go ahead and try that. See if that works for you, but those are great places to try and figure out what the most recent style is for your area. And I'd recommend doing that pretty often. I'd say like every 6 months, just put it on the calendar, take a trip in there, and just see what's different, see what's changed. Because you want to start adding to your portfolio more up-to-date things, because right now, like, pallet furniture is, at least in my area, is getting really big. To the rest of the country, it's dead gone and no more. This little part of where we live right now, like, pallet furniture is just now like reaching its peak, and so it helps me because there's more stuff on Pinterest for people to show me, like, oh, can you make this? So that helps. Just try to find where your community is on the leading edge of things. Maybe you're in a really tough community where like everything is super sleek, super modern, or like modern farmhouse right now is, I think, the leading edge of like what's in the South right now, where it's like a combination of modern and farmhouse. There's not a ton of stuff online for examples and stuff like that, so you're kind of creating it. I hope you got a pretty big imagination if that's where your community is at. Just try to match what you're trying to make and sell according to customer preferences in your area. You're going to notice a huge uptick in sales once you start to do that. And again, if you're a super duper craftsman, like super fine woodworking, all of that great stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you can't complain about low sales if people don't want to buy the things that you really, really want to make. I don't know. To me, I like making stuff, whether it's modern stuff, farmhouse, rustic. It doesn't matter to me what it is. I just like making stuff. And as long as my community likes the farmhouse stuff, that's what I'm going to continue to sell. I'm hoping that since we got these new jobs and we're going to be moving down south, that the community is going to change. I mean, we're going to be within a couple hours driving distance of just about every single major city in the deep south. So I'm really looking forward to trying to find like a little city that loves modern, a little city that loves farmhouse, a little city that loves mid-century modern. Like, I'm really excited about all that kind of stuff. That way I can just like play around and dabble and see which market has more money, which market wants to buy more furniture, because when I get to volume, once I start wanting to do volume and hiring an employee, I need to go where there's volume. Right? The modern furniture may make way more money, but if I make more money doing volume and farmhouse, then yeah, I'm going to hire a couple of employees to do farmhouse furniture. So you got to balance it all. These are the questions you should be asking yourself as a business owner. You need to be thinking 10 steps ahead, because if you're thinking about just 2 weeks ahead from now, you're not going to grow long term. So you need to be thinking ahead. You got to have something on the horizon that you're going towards to pull you through all the crap that you're wading through right now, when you're missing sales, when you're not doing well, when it's the Christmas season and everybody's broke because they just dumped a ton of money on. I was listening to the radio this week. People spend over $1,000 every year on average on like the holiday season. That blows my mind. You can get in on it. You can get a slice of that. If you're good, if you're fast, if you're a good communicator, jump on it. You can get some of that money, and you got to have the product that they're ready to buy. A couple housekeeping things. If you're one of the people that bought the program in the last couple of weeks, oh my gosh, thank you. I'm going to have a very special gift for you in about a week when we drop the next course. So be looking in your email for that. If you buy the current program now, The Secrets of Selling Furniture, I'm going to give you a pretty hefty discount for the first couple of days of the next program when we drop it. And again, that leads me to my next thing. The next program is going to drop next week. I'm almost done with it. It's an enormous amount. If you've got the current program, it's like 3 or 4 times the size of the first program. So if you're one of the people that took the leap on the first program, thank you very much. But hey, if you buy the second program with this discount, you're gonna get more than your money's worth. Again, if you can't afford it, which we'll get to next week, but if you can't afford it, then it's okay. Don't worry, just stay subscribed to the channel. We're gonna go over all of this stuff in repetition. If you're a new subscriber, I have not earned the right to pitch you on any sort of product. I'm grateful if you're one of the people that's interested in it, but please do not think that I'm pressuring you into buying something. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that we have subscribers and loyal supporters of the channel. I don't care if I don't sell another course ever. Like, it doesn't matter to me. That's not what I'm about. I'm just about helping you move along with your business, and I'm going to do that for free. I'm going to do that if you want to pay me to get ahead. I'm going to do private counseling in the stud stack. There's all sorts of things. I've got options from free all the way to a bunch of money if you want to spend it. So please, I have not earned the right to give you a sales pitch yet. So if you're new, please don't take this as like a sales heavy channel. I do not care. I do not care. I just want you to succeed. That's all I care about. I just want you to succeed. And the programs are there just to speed you along, help you cut through the crap on some of the videos, give you a little bit more detail, go a little bit deeper on some of these concepts, and kind of get the ball rolling.